Plus, save up to $800 on select adjustable mattress sets. Only at Ashley.
It's American Heart Month. Learn how you can save lives at heart.org.
Let's talk money this morning and how to help save you some. Does that get your attention? I certainly hope it does. Maybe you had that New Year's resolution to kind of get your finances in order. You've been watching the flow of your money, and now it's time to go one step further. So we're so happy this morning to have Eric Weekly on the show. He is with the Consumer Lending Department at Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So we could talk any number of things. We were going to begin our conversation, Eric, talking about cars. Yeah. But then as we got talking, I began to pepper you with questions. So the truth is, anybody watching who is a member or even not a member yet
Correct.
At the credit union, if you've got money flowing, and we all do, chances are the credit union can help you save some. Is that right?
Correct. And it depends on the situation. It could be excessive bills. It could be home repair needs. I mean, it could be college tuition. A number of things could play into the fact for the need or the want for money. Which could come from potentially your auto loan or a car that you may own or equity that you're in your home.
Right.
If you own your home.
I think it's interesting that the topic was going to be refinancing because I haven't had to make a purchase on credit in a while.
Okay.
But what I hear is that those interest rates are so high. So the fact that you're talking about refinancing means that there's some light at the end of the tunnel, maybe.
Yes, if we had a crystal ball and could tell you what rates we're going to be doing, I think we'd all be, betting in Vegas or something. But,
yeah.
If you have a car loan with a higher interest rate, maybe something that you've purchased in the last year as rates have elevated, it might be a time to look at that and see, okay, well, maybe I didn't get the best deal at the dealership or with my other financial institution. So we would honor the option to take a look at that and see, okay, well, what can we do, what can't we do? Same way with the mortgages. If there's equity in the home, there's options to take some of that equity and maybe consolidate bills, credit card debt. Again, maybe it's home improvement or home repairs that are needed.
Right.
So there's options there, yes.
Y'all have had these segments with us the last year or so called Know Your Dough.
Yes.
And we've learned a lot during those conversations. Even though we're all, like I said, spending money pretty much daily, we don't always understand how it works. And one of the keys to it is having good credit. If you maybe bought a car last year and your credit wasn't so great, but you've worked on improving it, maybe refinancing at a better rate is a good idea?
That would be a great option. Again, it goes back to whatever you may have had before. If you've improved that credit, chances are you're going to get some sort of better option. And it isn't necessarily just based on the rate. It could be the term of the loan. So you have to take a look at the interest that you would pay over the life of that loan versus at a higher interest rate in a longer term. So maybe shortening the term and lowering the interest rate will keep your payment about the same. So maybe you're not saving a ton of money each month, but look at the interest that you pay over the life of that loan.
Let me ask you this too on the term limit on a car, because used cars have really skyrocketed both in people's interest in them and their cost. So you could buy a used car and spend a lot of money.
You could.
So is there a shorter term on paying those back?
Not necessarily. A lot of it depends on the year, make and model, and mileage of the vehicle.
Okay.
So those kind of factors play into the maximum term that we'll provide. And in some cases, we'll go up to 84 months on auto loans, new and used. As the older you get on the vehicle model year and more mileage, then we kind of limit that because we know that collateral that we're taking may be at its end of the life cycle.
Right. We are at tax season. You had told me off camera that people, especially your members, will kind of utilize that in different ways. If you're going to get a return on your tax and you owe some money on a car note and they want to pay extra, maybe they're going to get back $2,000, put that down on the car. Do they need to make sure that they designate that to go to the principal when they make the payment, or will you automatically do that?
So that's kind of where auto loans and mortgage loans differ. On a mortgage loan, yes, you would have to say, I want to make a principal reduction. On an auto loan, it's just anything over and above that payment is going to bring down the principal automatically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk mortgages for a minute. Are you on the lending side or the refinancing side on those mortgages?
So on the refinance side of on mortgages in general, we do everything.
Okay.
So purchase, refinance, home equity products, to be able to take some of that cash out of your home's or whatever the need may be.
Okay. Are you seeing, because I read an article recently that more and more people are choosing to stay in their homes as opposed to even moving into independent living communities and that
Right.
kind of thing. So is the idea of those home equity lines of credit really becoming interesting to people?
It's been a good bulk of our business the last year as rates have drastically increased in a short amount of time. Everybody that had a mortgage from several years ago when they were in the low 3 range and 4% range, those members are not moving. Those consumers are staying in those homes longer, but they've got a lot of equity built because the rate was so low, and home appreciation has risen quite well.
Right.
So they're taking advantage of the equity in their homes to maybe do renovations, buy a car, pay for college tuition, take vacations, anything, yeah.
Because your money is intended at the end of the day to work for you.
Correct.
So basically the credit union also wants to work for you depending on what life might throw your way. So if you're in the market for a new car, if you're looking to refinance one, if you just want to have 2024 be your year to get out of a lot of debt and minimize it, they would love to help you. You can always learn more at TVFCU.com. You can apply for a loan online.
Correct.
Or go in any of their locations and meet somebody face to face.
That's right.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
The best shower remodel for the best price. Montgomery Showers is offering huge savings on our very popular shower systems with 0% interest for 18 months. Now is the perfect time to start your project. Montgomery Showers, local, quality value, MontgomeryShowers.com.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Give me one good reason why I should call the Insiders.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us?
One, it's easy.